I see no hand.
You can walk down this other side and up that brick walkway and look in his window also.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's sleepy, too cold.
Yeah, he doesn't usually come out this time of year.
Okay.
He does sometimes come to that doorway, but
Yeah,
it is pretty cold for him.
he's a Bam Bam.
Yeah, that's Bam Bam.
Uh-huh.
Are you on the 10 o'clock tour?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
well, I'll be the tour guide at 10. If you're taking it, it starts right up here.
Okay. Thanks.
Uh-huh. And then these guys are locked in because they're finishing breakfast. When they get done, they'll let them back out into their habitat.
Right, right. They've been eating.
Yes, they're having breakfast. Well, have you been here before then, since you knew that was Bam Bam?
Yes.
Yeah, I assumed you had. Well, that one's Tanya.
Uh-huh. Where is a baby lion?
If you walk down that walkway, it's the first habitat past that building.
Okay, thanks.
So actually, you'll see the back of the habitat where the two male lions
Mhm.
are as you go past the building, and then the next one down is the female lion with her cubs.
Okay,
And
thanks.
that is the sister to those two male lions.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
They're rescued by Canada, right?
Yes.
Where is the rescued by Honduras?
Two of them live down in Freedom Field, and the other one lives in Rescue Ridge.
Oh, okay. So not in the front
Not in this
side.
right
We
now.
gotta go to in the back side.
And you have to take the special tour to go down there and see.
Okay, okay. I really need to do that, but I still didn't get to do that. Not yet.
Maybe sometime you can. It would be good because there's lots of animals in those two other areas.
Oh,
And
okay.
if you do get to take that special tour, it'll also take you in our vet hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Takes you in the commissary where they make the meals, and then all of this with the senior staff in a private vehicle.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
Perhaps at some point that'd work out.
Uh-huh. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
I see.
So the orange one is Lakota. He's the Thai liger.
Uh-huh.
And then the white one behind him is Aurora.
Uh-huh.
And
They've been together a long time.
yes, they have. Since they came here together from
Uh-huh.
Colorado, and they lived together there. That's why they were together. There actually used to be 4 in here.
Oh.
Their picture's still on the fence. These other 2 are in 2 different places now.
Oh,
When you go
okay.
on the tram, I'll point out where they're at. But they do separate these guys for breakfast.
Right. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And then straight ahead of you, ma'am, way up high, there is a black jaguar.
Okay.
On this bench.
Oh, yeah, he's in the top of it.
There's a yellow male spotted leopard in the one behind, but I haven't seen him come out yet.
Okay, thank you.
they do separate those two at breakfast also is why one is locked in.
Oh, okay. They get five,
Because the biggest one eats the other one's food.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they are coming around. They'll pick up the empty food trays and then they'll come back and let him back out.
All right. That's so cute. That's baby cub. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hi. Table July 25th. Wow. So actually there's still little baby. There. Good morning.
actually a negative.
Achoo. Achoo. 아이고. 스니지? 응?
Come on, Cece. We're going to go back this way, bud.
We're going back.
Come on, Cece. We got to go get our car ride. And like I said, we can come back and look at this stuff.
Bye.
Yes. Cece, come on.
Dad, let's just
Bye, Cece. Bye.
Look at this picture. The tigers on that picture are like, hey. Now, do we have, yeah, we have 6 more pictures in the camera.
You're right.
I meant to bring that over. Oh, it's okay.
my goodness. 안녕. 만나서 반가워. 안녕. 아, 귀여워.
Here they are. Here's the babies. Is he the? He's I like her.
He's a lilaker. That's Kyrie.
I was trying to catch you. You turned right when you.
He always does.
Reggie and Archie are so cute.
Oh, do this one. You know. He turned right as I took it.
They're so cute.
They're talking. Look at him. He's talking a lot. For her.
That's so cute.
He's got a lot to say.
Hi, Reggie and Archie.
I can go catch this
Hi.
train. Oh, that little one's active.
Following the baby.
Yeah, he's
I'm so excited about
he's hunting the baby.
Hi.
We'll have more time.
Bob the Bobcat.
Alright, let's go.
Look at
I
Bob.
want one of those.
It's Bob.
Little babies
The
underneath my face.
Bobcat.
I don't know if he wants to be your friend or if he wants to eat you. But
He's looking at me like.
He says that's a little tiny him.
We don't always see the bobcat.
Baby tiger. Let's go. Let's go catch our ride.
see this bobcat? He's up top. See him? See him up there? Licking his paws. Okay, let's go. Let's go catch this ride.
came here with frostbite in her tail. She had an infected foot. Once we got her here, she spent several months in our vet hospital. And she did lose a little piece of her tail, but she's okay. She's been in this enclosure ever since. But now, because some of you noticed a few minutes ago, she was actually locked in her night house because the injuries went in and cleaned her habitat. But she does have a covered tunnel there. She can go back and forth between her habitat to that building. So I'm not sure if she came out once they left. If we do see her, either now or when we come back, do not be surprised. She'll probably hiss at you. This is how she communicates, plus she's just very sassy. She did good time. Now, if you guys are ready, let's go to the tram. I do stand in the front row, so please leave that one in. Anywhere else back there behind us is fine.
갔다 와야지.
Hi, enjoy your tour.
Thank you.
Yeah, now that last row on each car often gets, if there's water up above, you may get drowned. So you may have to share with someone, wherever works for you.
Oh, let's see.
All right. That's great.
Your hands cold? Just see your hands.
You did check in with the gift shop?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure so they keep the count, right, of how many it takes me to tour, excuse me.
Yeah, we should have done it. I know. Yeah.
Get you guys going in a minute. Most of your animals are already here. Okay, can you guys all hear me? Okay. I would like to invite you to come and stay with us. As some of you know, we do have overnight lodging here. Down that way to your left are 5 African safari lodges. Those are for guests ages 18 and up because they share a fire pit and a hot tub. We have 6 RV sites. We have 2 glamping tents. We have a tree house on the other side of this building. And 2 of our most popular suites are right here, the Bengal and the Siberian suite. Now, if you stay in that tree house or the Siberian suite, you can look out your window and watch a tiger in her enclosure all night long. If you stay in the Bengal suite, you can walk to the end of the deck and watch that tiger and also watch the animals across from you. Now, this first habitat on your right is home to another African serval. Guys, I'm not spotting him out yet. That is Jake. Jake came from a place up near Oklahoma City that had 300 animals of 81 different varieties. There was a group that went in and took it over called Wild Care. Excuse me. And they called and asked us to take Jake because he was the only exotic cat there. Now, those of you that stay overnight, you've heard caroling. Have the rest of you heard lions caroling? And they may have been doing it some this morning while you're here. That's how they talk to each other. Now, You can hear that sound 5 miles away. She's not locked in. Her both gates are open, so she could come out. But that caroling is so cool, guys. You can hear it 5 miles away. So we have lions down in some of our other areas that we don't go to on this tour that will carol back and forth with Lila. We also have 2 international rescues I'm going to tell you about of lions. The first international rescue is from Canada, and you will see those lions on this tour. In the afternoon after they get fed about 4 on this side, they all start caroling. Such a cool sound. Yep. Now, I do want to tell you about their night house situation in this habitat. We built double night houses in every habitat because of a man in Quitman, Arkansas. Now, that man had 60 big cats in his backyard. 4 of them escaped, were shot and put down. That man called here and asked how he could euthanize the rest. We did not want that to happen, so we built double night houses. Well, that's not ideal, but we can take more animals that way. We took 21 of that man's cats. But I like to point out that they're night houses, these little concrete buildings. Those are donated new septic tanks. They have heaters built in on the inside for those African animals. So when it gets cold here, they can go in there and be nice and warm. This is Lila. Now the next habitat, there's 4 more African servals, and I saw you point. Here's one of them. The 4 in here are named Sammy, Enzo, Giselle, and Lexi. And if you go a little further, my next car can see. Not sure if she's staying out or she's going in her building. But those 4 servals in this habitat, they were all formerly someone's pets in their home. People soon found out an African serval does not make a good pet. Those cats can jump 13 feet in the air and they can bring down a bird in mid-flight. Can you guys at the back see her? Go just a little further, Ron. She's kind of coming this way. That's good, sir. Now, guys, the reason they don't make a good pet for your home is that they mark their territory a lot. They mark their territory 20 to 40 times per hour. So that means if you had them in your house, they are probably not going to use a litter box. They would pee wherever they wanted. Well, someone came up with the idea of breeding a house cat to an African serval. The resulting hybrid is a Savannah cat. Now, we used to have a Savannah cat in here with these guys. He's a lot smaller than them. He was not less aggressive. He would often start fights with them, and he would often win. Now, we moved him down to our newest area called Freedom Field. I'll point that area out when we go past. But we do have a saying here, predators, not pets, and that includes the small ones as well as the bigger animals. Now, guys, one more note about African servals. They don't have many laws to protect them. People are breeding those animals, and they're selling them online for thousands of dollars. Those people will tell you they make good pets. Do not believe that. They are lying to you. Not sure which one that was. Giselle's usually up here in this corner. She's lighter colored of the 4. Are you seeing another one? Sammy, Enzo, Giselle, and Lexi. Predators, not pets. You're good, Ron. Oh, yeah, right there in that corner. I still don't think that's Giselle. She's lighter colored. Sorry, I can't tell you which of the other 3 those 2 are. Now, this next habitat is a white tiger. This is a female. She can come out. This is Kismet. She came from Colorado. Now, she used to live down that concrete walkway that I called the bear tunnel with her sister Tanya. Tanya is outside the gift shop now. Those 2 were not getting along, so we moved Kismet over here. Well, while we're here, I do like to point out we give all of our animals things to play with. Balls, barrels, tops. You see that most of them still have Christmas trees in here. We get pumpkins donated in the fall, watermelons in the summer. And when you see cardboard in these things, that's not trash. That's something they've had to play with. And our interns do put those good smells on them. That is called enrichment for the animals. Now, they like a lot of kitchen spices. Their favorite one is cinnamon. They also love catnip. They'll play in a box with catnip, just like your house cat would. But their favorite smell, guys, is perfume. The stinkier, the better. So if any of you gals have any perfume at home, or even you gentlemen have cologne or aftershave that's really strong that you don't care for, please feel free to bring it to us or even mail it to us, and we'll use it for enrichment for our animals. Well, that is Kismet. Now her next door neighbor, I'm not seeing her. It is a golden tabby or strawberry tiger. She may still be in her den area. She can get up and come out. Now she's one of the four that used to live in that discovery area together from Colorado. So her picture is still on the fence up there. This is Khaleesi. Khaleesi is a, there she is, thank you. She's a golden tabby or strawberry tiger. Now that's a man-made, that was cute, wasn't it? As if I'm cute, right. Wild animals, no. She's a man-made creation that you would not find in the wild. We know there's only 30 to 35 of those cats in the whole world. We're really lucky we have two on this tour loop. Khaleesi's a female and we have a male golden tabby. Hopefully we'll see him also in just a few minutes. They are beautiful cats. That is Khaleesi. Right, the other picture. Well, at least she made an appearance. We don't force our animals out, so sometimes they are hard to spot, but this is pretty good weather. When it gets hot, a lot of the tigers will go in their night houses to sleep. Lions don't mind the heat, so they're usually always out. This female lion on her bench is Savannah. Now, Savannah came from our Indiana rescue in 2020. We rescued 4 lions and 4 tigers from a man that was connected to the Tiger King show. If any of y'all watched that a few years ago on Netflix. Now, that guy had played on that show. That man had 120 animal violations against him, so all the animals that came from there were in pretty poor shape. Savannah, when she got here, well, it took her a while to get used to it. That's because she had not touched grass before in her life. But she does love to watch her neighbor Khaleesi, and Khaleesi came out and is sitting on the top of her hill. At feeding time, they like to chase each other up and down their fence lines. And you see, Savannah has quite a few toys piled up in here too. Those are not her favorite toy. Her favorite toy is a stick. She likes to carry a stick around in her mouth and chew on it like a dog would. So whenever it's her day to have her habitat clean, the interns usually bring her a pile of sticks. Well, that is Savannah. Now when we go around this next corner, if you look down the hill to your left, you'll see our newest area that we did just complete on 14 acres of land. That is called Freedom Field. And we did rehome 34 animals from a facility in Florida that closed. Now that place brought us all our animals. They brought 6 tigers, lots of small animals, African servals, bobcats, caracals, and Savannah cats. And if you have to look them up online, they're really cool. They have neat ears. If you like to watch animals online, you can go to explore.org and watch the tigers down there any time of day or night. That area is Freedom Field. Now this pure white tiger under her bench, this is Mama Shakira. Guys, Mama came from Colorado. Mama has a very hard story. Guys, when she was born, she was taken away from her mom at birth for cub petting. That's where you could pay to hold a baby cub for pictures. And they did that with those cubs all day long. Cub petting, they could only use those cubs till they were 4 months old or 40 pounds of weight. So those places regularly underfed them to keep them underweight, or they didn't tell their correct age. Well, when Mama aged out of cub petting, then she was sold to a magic show. That magic show declawed her on all 4 paws. So as it gets older here, it gets harder for her to walk because she has lots of arthritis from that decline. But now she's on her lifetime pain management program, so she gets medicine twice a day and with a little treat of meat. Well, guys, after that, she was used for speed breeding, and her babies were taken away right within hours of their birth so people could hold them all day for cub petting. Now, Aurora the white tiger in the discovery area is her oldest cub. Now, I'm calling them cubs even though they're grown tigers now. Kisman, that we just saw, and her sister Tanya are also her cubs. If you walk down that bear tunnel when you come back, that concrete walkway, there's a habitat down there with 3 white tigers, Rockland, Peyton, and Blackfire. They were also her cubs. Now, when we did that Colorado rescue, Rockland, Peyton, and Blackfire could not walk. They have what's called metabolic bone disease. And what that is they didn't get the calcium they needed to build strong bones because they were taken away from mom at birth. In their case, because they were passed around person to person for pictures all day long, well, their bones were broken. When we got them here, we give them extra nutrients, extra calcium. They are on that lifetime pain management program, just as Aurora in the discovery area is, because she was part of cub petting also. So they're okay now. They can walk and run. They do sometimes limp. But now Mama's story does have a hopeful, happy ending to it. There was a bill passed into law in December of 2022. Now that is called the Big Cat Public Safety Act. That law makes it federally illegal for any place in the United States, except for AZA accredited zoos, to breed those big cats for private use. Now, a lot of those so-called sanctuaries can breed them. Cub petting is a federal offense, and we're hopeful they'll enforce that law. This is Mama Shakira, and she's doing okay. She came here with her mate a few years ago, a white tiger that has since passed. But she is a beautiful cat. Now, as we go forward, if you look way out through the woods, there's a couple different places you can see fencing way over there. That area is called Rescue Ridge. Now, that was built in 2012 when a lady in Mountainburg, Arkansas had 34 big cats she could not take care of. Our interns, there's another spot. Our interns, our staff, our volunteers went down there. We built 20 enclosures in 128 days, and we took 28 of that woman's cats. Now, that area over there is very flat. It works a whole lot better for older animals. They can't walk on these hills. But it's also for animals that like to stay out of sight of the public. Guys, there's a hyena that lives down there. His name is Rambo. Rambo was someone's pet here in Arkansas. There's also a 4-acre wild bear habitat down there with 5 bears in it. And those bears can live in the woods and forage for themselves or go into their night house area where we feed them. That area is Rescue Ridge. Now, where is she? I saw y'all point. There's a female lion. Oh, she's at the top over there on the left. This is in Gowa. See for the trees. She came from our Indiana rescue. Now, guys, up until a few months ago, she lived in here with a white tiger, a male named Glacier. Now, Glacier has passed, guys, but he was 18 years old. In the wild, if a tiger or a lion had to fight for their survival and their food, if they're lucky, they might live to be 10 or 12. Now, here where we manage their food and their health as much as possible, if we're lucky, 20. But now we think that place in Indiana where Glacier and in Gowa were it's trying to breed those two together to make a Tigon. You asked me about a Tigon earlier. Now, we don't know if they ever did it, but when you hear hybrid, the first part of the name's always the father, the other part is the mother. So a Tigon would be tiger father, lion mother. The opposite of a Tigon is a liger, lion father, tiger mom. And we have one, hopefully you'll see her in just a few minutes. Guys, there is no reason to make a hybrid. When they do that, they are bred that way to make an oddity for you to pay money. And they can come with all kinds of bad health conditions. Tigons can be born with dwarfism. Ligers can be born with giganticism. The biggest known liger was 900 pounds. Now, we have 2 ligers here. Thankfully, neither one is oversized. But that's in Gowa. She looks like she's keeping an eye on her neighbors. I do want to point out that building down the hill to your left, that's our vet hospital. That was built 3 weeks before that Colorado rescue. We have a state-of-the-art operating room, 3 recovery rooms down there, and we have a full-time vet on staff. Now, I am pointing out a lot of places on the side as we go. If you'd like to see all of these places, we do have a private tour called the Carnivore Caravan Tour. That's about a 3-hour tour with the senior staff in a private vehicle, but it'll take you everywhere. You do usually schedule that online a day or two in advance. This road going down the hill goes to the commissary. That's where they make the animals' meals. Guys, this is where I like to give a big shout out to Tyson Foods. Tyson's donates over 300,000 pounds of meat to us a year. That's our major food source. And I heard somebody caroling. I think it was the one walking up the hill. There are animals on both sides. Let's talk about this guy on the left. You're right. This is Tigger. This is our other golden tabby tiger. Now, he came from Oklahoma with 5 other big cats. The man that had those cats, well, he said he'd done right by them. He'd rescued them from cub petting. That guy soon figured out it cost a lot of money to feed a tiger, so he fed them things like roadkill. So all the animals from that rescue had intestinal parasites, and we did lose a tiger on that rescue from a tick-borne illness. Now there are 2 in this one. You saw the one walking up the hill a minute ago. This one is a male. This tiger on the right. This is Chuff. Chuff lives in here with his sister, Athena. Now, Chuff and Athena, they came here with their sister, Abigail. Abigail does not get along with them, so she's got her own place down there in Rescue Ridge. But Chuff, Athena, and Abigail, they came from a facility near Branson, Missouri, that did not take safety as seriously as we do. They had a habit of letting staff and volunteers go in with those animals. Guys, a 16-year-old boy went in with them. He tripped and fell. Their wild instinct kicked in and they attacked him. Now that boy did survive, but he is paralyzed. Guys, if he had lost his life, they would have lost theirs. Well, this is what I'd like to quickly tell you about some of our safety protocols. Our animal care staff and our interns always work in pairs or more. They will never go in with them. When they need to clean that den and night house area, they're locked into the grassy habitat. As we saw with someone else, when they need to clean the grassy habitat, they're locked into the den. That's Chuff walking up the hill, and Athena's already at the top, laying down. And Tigger, right here. Beautiful cats, those golden tabbies. Now, a cat like that would not survive in the wild, guys. A tiger's main food source in the wild would be deer. Deer are colorblind to the color of orange, so with that much white on them, those deer would spot them, and they would not cut their meat. The habitat right here, there is a liger. Where is she? Probably down below, right there below her bench, behind her bench. That's hard to spot. I'm sorry, I can't make them come out on cue. That is one of our ligers. Now, our other liger did just move to Rescue Ridge. I'm sorry, I know you can't see her well here. So a liger, her father was a lion, her mom was a tiger. She's the coloration of a lion. She has stripes on her like a tiger. She's got spots on her forehead. Now guys, she came from a drive-through safari park in Stratford, Missouri. That drive-through safari park only had 6-foot tall fences. So if you can see the size of any of these animals, well, when they stand on their hind legs, they can reach 6 feet. Ah, sunshine. So that guy at the place where she was ordered to make taller fences or get rid of his cats, and he just decided to give up his cats. Well, this is where I like to point out our fences on the inside there are 12 feet tall with a 3-foot overhang, 15 feet total. These big cats don't have enough upper body strength, so they can't jump or climb that high, and so we're safe. Well, I'm sorry she's not closer where you can get a good view of her. This ligers are beautiful. And guys, the other liger that did just move down to Rescue Ridge was also one of my favorites, and I have a tattoo of it, although if you don't mind my wrinkly arm, this is Fergie. If you take that extra tour, you can go down there and see her. Now, this habitat on the right belongs to an orange tiger. Guys, his name is Fred. Let's see if he moves around where we can spot him. We call him Little Fred. Well, I do. He came when he was 4 months old. He is not very little anymore. He just turned 3 years old the end of November last year. When we got Fred, he was in what we call our witness protection program. That means he was involved in an ongoing court case. Well, we now know his case was one of the first instances where that Big Cat Public Safety Act was being enforced. Guys, when they're not down here, if the interns and staff are up there working, which they usually are, they're keeping an eye on them. I can see him on the right at the very top. Some of you might be able to see him through that tree. That's Fred. Not too little anymore, but he can't grow for another year or so. This white tiger right here on the left is Donner. Now, Donner can come out. His back gate is open. He can go through. Donner came from Colorado. Guys, white tigers. They are not snow tigers. They are not albino tigers. All white tigers are genetically linked back to one that was found in India in the 50s. Indian royalty found a white tiger. Now, they named him Mohan and realized people pay lots of money to see white tigers. So they bred Mohan with his offspring to create more white tigers. Now, some of you may have seen a billboard right outside the park with a white tiger on it when you came in. That's right, that was Kenny. Now, Kenny has passed, but Kenny, he was born and bred in captivity in Bentonville. Now, Kenny had lots of health issues from inbreeding. He had a cleft palate, pug nose, crooked teeth. All the ones we have now don't have as many obvious defects, but they are all cross-eyed. This is Donner. I'm surprised he's not walking with us yet. He loves our weekend tram driver, so he quite often walks back and forth with us. It's Donner. Now this habitat, right here, there's a female lion. I did see her at the top just a minute ago. That is Amari. Amari is in our witness protection program, so that means she's involved in an ongoing court case. I can't tell you much about her, but she loves little Fred next door, and she is one of our best carolers here. So if you guys had stayed overnight, heard really deep voice, one of them's hers. Now, the last of the Colorado cats is in this next one. It's a white tiger walking at the top. That's Roman. Now, if you come down closer where you can see his face, you can tell he's very cross-eyed. And he also sometimes walks into things. That's from being inbred. Now, when they do create that white pigment anno tiger, it messes with their optical nerves. That's why they're cross-eyed. But now you won't find a white tiger in the wild today. It is 1 in 10,000 chance one would be born. There's not that many tigers left in the wild. There's only about 3,000 to 5,000 in the wild. But guys, there are way more than 10,000 tigers locked in captivity in this country. But they're not all in true sanctuaries. Anybody can tell you they're a true sanctuary. So if you travel a lot, please try to do your research so you know before you go if you're going to spend your money at a place that will take the right care of the animals. And he's watching the interns next door. Now, our staff and our interns, they clean every habitat on a regular basis. They also give them fresh water and clean that water pan at least 3 times a day. When it's cold, they do lots of breaking ice. In the summer, they maintain their habitats. They weed eat. They tick spray. And as you saw, they also clean up the poop and reset toys with enrichment. This habitat right here belongs to a big orange tiger. Guys, his name is Opie. It's not that one over there, this one in here. He's probably in that den area watching them. He is about 500 pounds, so he's very big. He came from Tiger King Park. Now, Tiger King Park was in Thackerville, Oklahoma. All the animals that came from there came with some pretty bad health conditions. One of the worst ones was a thing called fly strike. And now what that was that place didn't clean their cages. So there were flies in the cages, on the animals, sometimes making sores on them, even wearing off parts of their ears. Well, you can see our interns and staff up there working. They will never go in with them, but they work super hard. They all live on site. They clean every habitat every 6 days on a rotating basis. And between their hard work and our vets, all the animals here are now in better shape. Roman's keeping an eye on them over there. And I can't spot Opie. I was hoping you'd see him because he is very big. Now the next habitat, there is an orange tiger walking here. This is a female. This is Miles. Miles came from that Indiana rescue. Guys, quite often when the tram comes by, she'll come down and she'll rub on the fence. She's not locked in. She can come down, but she's also watching them. We call her kind of a flirty cat because she does like to see people. She also makes a sound called a chuff. That's how tigers talk to each other. I'm going to put you on the spot. Can you chuff? She probably did. This is where I try to imitate it, guys, and I'm not a good tiger, so I'll tell you in advance. Maybe an old tiger, but it's sort of a, that's so-so. Yeah, mine comes out different every time I do it. Aurora, that white tiger in the Discovery area, if she's awake and walking around when you go back up, watch her real close. She'll usually chuff to you. Of course, Aurora makes lots of other noises besides, but that's just their way of saying hi. I do have a funny story about Miles. Now, if you walk down that bear tunnel later, if a cat comes up to the fence, guys, if they turn around and raise their tail like they're going to pee, watch out. They can pee 10 feet. Miles came down to this last corner of her habitat a while back, and she sprayed my last car on the tram. I was told it smells like kettle corn. Somebody else said, no, it doesn't. But they're not necessarily trying to pee on people. They are marking their territory, saying this is my home, this is my space. So there might be at least one or two down that bear tunnel that does it. If you figure out which one that is later, tell me. I'll be up top. Come on, in the Discovery area. That is Miles. She is a pretty cat. Like I said, when the interns are up there, as we could see they're keeping an eye on everything that's moving. Now this one has two animals that alternate access to the grass. They are from Tiger King Park. The one walking around at the top of the hill is a female lion, that's Samira. She is also a Great Carolyn. Oh, I think I said it wrong. She's on the right-hand side. I thought she was walking around. I was seeing Cairo. Cairo's locked in on the left. He'll be out tomorrow. That's right, he is a liger. Oh, Samara's right here. Sorry, I didn't see you. Beautiful girl, yes. I didn't see you there. Sorry, I am very partial to the lions. Now, Cairo up the hill. He is another second-generation hybrid. His father was a lion, his mom was a liger. So 3 parts lion, 1 part tiger. He does not really have stripes on him. He is covered in spots. And when you see him walking there, look at his mane. He's got a funny-looking mane. Most male lions have a mane that starts at their neck, goes down to their stomach, even parts of their back. His mane's only around his neck. Guys, it's longer in the front, shorter in the back. We call that his reverse mullet. Sorry, that's my first joke of the day. Also, when he turns around, if you can see his ears are worn off from fly strike at Tiger King Park. Samira, I'm sorry, I didn't see you right at the first. Beautiful cat. She's checking y'all out. Now this habitat belongs to a pure white lion. He's snoozing over there by his fence. This is Thor. A white lion. I've also been told to call him a South African lion. Guys, he came from our first international rescue out of Quebec, Canada, a little over 3 months ago now. Our staff went up there in May, and they moved these lions from a roadside zoo to Ontario, where they had to wait for the permits to bring them across the border. Now, guys, I respectfully say this, and don't quote me, but I think we should change his name to Fabio. He has the most beautiful mane you've ever seen. But now Thor is 8 years old. Guys, I was told he was moved from place to place 5 times in his life, meaning probably different roadside zoos. Every animal that comes here, this is their forever home. They may be in different habitats eventually. We don't get rid of any animal. We take care of them the rest of their lives. The next habitat, there's 2 more male lions cuddled up right there on the hill. That is Scar and Mufasa. They also came from Canada. Their sister is the female down that bear tunnel walkway that has the cubs. Their sister is named Nirvana. Scar, Mufasa, and Nirvana turned 4 years old on Christmas Day. Nirvana's cubs are Reggie and Archie. And you can follow us on Facebook and our website. We do all kinds of cool pictures of them. Our head animal curator usually does a live every Tuesday of any different animals, different areas of the park. It's pretty neat. Now that was our first international rescue. We have done one since then of 3 lions from Honduras. 2 of them are down in Freedom Field, and the other one is in Rescue Ridge. So if you can ever come back and take that other tour, and also follow us online. Now I want to show you something real quick before we go up. These are not lion related. These are also replicas of a tiger's tooth and a tiger's claw. Imagine if you had a next door neighbor with a tiger. Hopefully does not happen unless it's in a safe place like this. Let me see what time it is, if I have time to tell you one more story. We can head up on. I'm going to tell you the story while we go. We used to have a tiger here named India. There was a guy here in the Ozarks. He'd had India for years in his home. For some reason, he decided he did not want her. He couldn't take care of her anymore. He took her to the Buffalo National River Recreation Area, and he turned her loose out in the woods. Now, she had been raised in captivity, so she did not know how to hunt. But she knew where her food had come from, and she tracked 60 miles back to that guy's house. Imagine his surprise when he looked out his door and there was India. Thankfully, after that, he brought her here to live out the rest of her life. We have rescued over 500 animals in 34 years. This is the forever home. We have about 126 on site right now. It's a really great place. I should have you help me do the tour. You know that. That's right. We'll talk about it in a minute. So Tanya lives in here. She may have gone in her night house. I do want to thank you guys all for coming out. We're a 501c nonprofit here, so anything you spend here, whether it's admission, gift shop purchases, lodging, or anything you want to donate to the animals, all goes back to their care. There's Aurora walking. Dakota's still sleeping over there by his bed. When we stop, you can take your chains off and I'll get the gate. I appreciate you guys all coming out and supporting us. Have a great day. Yes, Bam Bam does have his favorite toy. The big tan ball with cutouts out of it. There you go.
I know.
Yes, now we're going to go walk. You don't have to be cooped up no more. Let's go for a walk.
Thank you for coming. Just walk around as much
Thank
as
you.
you guys like.
Stay right here. You don't need to go over there to pick them. You can see it.
Oh yeah, fuck that too. Thank you for taking a picture of us.
Let's go find some more to look at.
Jess is there, Kathy Lowry, Fabby. talking in. We sometimes joke old baby talk more. Well, it was nice to see you guys again. Thanks for coming and staying with us.
I'm setting it to people.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
India is currently owned a gentleman in Harrison, Arkansas. Matter of fact, that's about a year and a half old. His health wasn't evaporated. He was a little bit more aggressive, so he decided that he was no longer carrying birth. He chose to load up in the truck, drove out into the Buffalo National Forest, and just obviously Arkansas. So he just dropped there in the forest, drove back a couple days later. He ended up traveling 15 miles before he found the way back to his home. At that time, he called us saying, hey, we'll be there in a couple hours. I have a fighter in the back of my car. He took it right back. He's actually pretty laid back, pretty friendly. He loves his boxes. That we gave her like a huge watermelon box for her birthday one year. That she would crawl into that and like the tiger was no laws, preventing people from having the tiger as a third grade.
No, I understand. It's a lot
I was
of.
trying to just chickens now.
You can touch it if you want. These aren't real. They're just copies of what it's
But that's what they
called.
look, that's the size of them.
Yeah. Well, aren't we glad we're not around?
That's not slaughter. Love their ears.
It's true. What do they actually bring besides protection?
Nothing.
Right? They get it back.
Yeah, but they don't have any. They're not like the. I feel like the.
kitties? You see that bowling pin in the gift shop? I'll leave that water jug over there. We can fill it up. There was one in there. It looked like they tore it up pretty good. You just want to sit on a bench or what? You never want to sit down. You know, all of a sudden, you just want to sit everywhere. Been playing too hard this morning?
Oh, you're playing with the box. That was fun, wasn't it?
the Cubs?
Yep.
Were they playing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're getting older. Maybe they're sleeping more. It's funny. Are you going to take another tour?
Oh yeah, maybe later.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm doing the 12 o'clock, but you took my
Uh-huh.
other one. But you can take whatever you like. So that one's Tony.
Tony.
He is the bigger of the two, and his brother might be in the night house. I can't tell where he is. He does have a few other places in there he can hide.
Uh-huh. I like how he take a he's shaking his tail.
Yeah, you know, and they're so cute because when
Uh-huh.
they walk around, they do that. But then they growl and snarl at you if you're anywhere near.
Uh-huh. It's so cute.
Well, they do like to cuddle up on top of this. The other one might be up here even, and I can't tell from here. They do like to cuddle up on top of that tree.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if
They got a big habitat. That's good. They're
Yeah.
able to run around,
Yeah,
you
they
know.
do.
Uh-huh.
they're pretty.
Very nice.
Were you able to spot the other bobcats down that walk? They're white tiger. Now, I don't see her out walking around right now. She's probably went into her night house to sleep. That white tiger in the front is Tanya. Those three big cats came from our Colorado rescue in 2016. You guys will hear me say Colorado a lot on the tour. Now, every time you hear Colorado, it is the same rescue. Lakota's waking up too, watching people. That Colorado rescue was our biggest rescue in history, biggest big cat rescue in United States history. At that place in Colorado, there were 115 animals living on 12 acres of land. They couldn't touch grass, they couldn't get out of the sun if they wanted, they didn't have access to fresh water, and they were walking on really rough stuff like broken up pallets, rusty nails, rusty wires. So we brought 34 of them here, and we helped get all the rest to good, reputable sanctuaries across the country. Now, if any of you guys have house cats, and I may have already even asked some of you, you know those cats sleep a lot. Ours do the same. They sleep 18 to 20 hours a day. And we don't force our animals out here, so sometimes you can't always spot them, but I will definitely tell you all their story. Now, across this walkway behind you guys, down there in that metal building to the right, that is home to Bam Bam, our 18-year-old grizzly bear. Bam Bam came from Oklahoma. There was a man there that had 2 bears and 9 tigers living in 8 small cages in his barn. This man's property was being foreclosed on. By the time we got there, well, the tigers were gone. But we rescued Bam Bam and a cinnamon-colored black bear named Thunder. Now, Thunder lives down that walkway there. We do call that our bear tunnel, and you'll probably hear me mention that a few times on the tour. But now, Bam Bam. He is not in a true hibernation. Those bears do not go into a true hibernation. They do sleep more than normal. That's called torpor. So if he is not where you can see him when you come back, you can walk across that walkway. There's a brick walkway at the bottom and look at this window. Now, I know some of you have already looked. He was towards the front earlier. Sometimes he goes farther back, so sometimes he's hard to spot. But now, Bam Bam, we rescued him when he was 2. He did just turn 18. Bam Bam has a favorite food. That is apples. He also has a favorite treat. That's a peanut butter and honey sandwich. Now that bear has figured out a funny sound to make when he wants more peanut butter. And the sound is like someone sucking something really thick through a straw. So anytime we hear Bam Bam making that sound, we know that's what it's about. Well, most of our habitats do have their ground. Bam Bam has these. They are all ready for the winter right now. In the spring, we also have rescue. And we know before he was rescuable, he was forced to be in a magic show. That magic show declawed him on all four paws. Guys, if you're familiar with declawing, even a house cat, when you declaw a cat, you're doing more than taking their claw. Takes every toe down to the first knuckle. So where that cat would normally walk, tippy-toed, once they're declawed, they walk a lot more flat-footed, and that often leads to arthritis. So that's why when you see Selvit back there, he's a big good cat. He is a happy cat. He loves to chew up cardboard. He doesn't eat it. He'll chew it into a million pieces and even drag it into his part of the night house for the interns to clean up. But he is also on pain management. They get medicine twice a day and with a little treat of meat. So they are managing that arthritis. When you compare the jaguar and the leopard, the jaguar is a bigger, more foxy animal. Both of those cats have markings on their fur called rosettes. Now on that leopard back there, those rosettes are pretty small in size, very easy to spot. Yellow. On Bagheera, it's harder to spot, but even when he's laying down with the sun hitting him just right, you can see those rosettes in the lower part of his body. That is Bagheera again. Now in this habitat to my left, there's two bobcats in there. There was one just walking around. Not sure where they are at this point. Okay, there's one right outside the night house. Those guys are brothers. Their names are Tony and Prince. And they were found by a man here in Arkansas. This man found them out in the wild. We think their mom probably just left them in a spot to go hunting. This guy happened upon them. He took them home. He put them in dog crates in his basement. And we think that man thought he was going to make pets of them. This guy soon found out that wasn't a good idea. But now, in the meantime, this man lived near the Arkansas River. In 2019, we had lots of flooding around here. That man's home flooded, and he left those cats locked in the basement. Now, they were very lucky that they had a neighbor that knew about them. This neighbor lady went in with that water still rising and helped get them out in time. Now, I did see him walking around outside that bin room. See if he comes around. Notice they're pretty small animals. Those are some of the smallest cats we have. Guys, bobcats are the most aggressive. Way more so than a tiger or a lion. A bobcat can jump 10 to 12 feet in the air. Each one can run 30 miles an hour. Each one can take down a small deer on their own. One more real quick comparison. Guys, if you have a house cat and that cat bites you, well, you know what that feels like. They have a bite force of 70 pounds per square inch. The leopard back there, his bite force is 3 square inch. Bobcats, 7. I would not want this cat's skin. Very aggressive animal. It is. Well, one more small animal right? We have here that people sometimes think makes a good pet is an African serpent. And we have one in this enclosure we're going to pass by in just a minute.
Well, if I could choose to hibernate, I would too.
Now, she was live trapped by a farmer in Ava, Missouri, about January to February. This farmer had seen this strange animal in his fields for months. He didn't know what she was or where she came from. We really don't know that. What we do know is our winters around here are not good for African animals. They need these to survive. That farmer trapped Wanda. It was 17 below 0. She came here with frostbite in her tail.
find it.